Alright, in this video I'm going to cover some of the basic keystrokes in Emacs. Most of the keystrokes I'm going to cover are by default and something probably customized. If you find it is, that means you can use my dot file of Emacs, which is hosted on GitHub under .file repo. Okay, so without further ado, let me get into Emacs and open the file. I've kept it somewhere. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to cover few stuff here one by one, so it will be easier for you to follow. Okay, these are very important keystroke you should know if you are sitting inside Emacs. Okay, so all of them have been defined in my .emacs file, which I'm saying again, it is hosted on GitHub under .file repo. If you wanted to look at it, you can go ahead and look at it, but for the time being I'm showing you some stuff here, so pay attention. The first one, how to select gitturbo. So the simplest possible way to do that, just press Ctrl+X+G. Say look at the bottom. One heads up, the command response might be sometimes little bit of lagging and slow responsive. That's wholly and solely because of my machine, nothing to do with it, Emacs or in general. Okay, so if some command responding takes little time, have patience. Okay, so as you can see, I press Ctrl+X and G, it prompt me what are the git repo I wanted to get in. So if I select any one of them, right, and if I press enter, as I said, it takes time to execute all this stuff in my machine, so have patience. It will going to pop up the magic, because Ctrl+X+G is basically bounded with magic status, so it will provide us the status of the magic. Okay, man, it's taking hell of time. See, finally it has come. It takes so much time just because of my bad machine, nothing else. So you can see it will prompt you for the git repo, and once you select it, it will provide you a magic buffer where you can see the status of a particular project you have selected from that listing. Okay, alright, so you understand. I have covered it in my backlog video, so how you can set those directory structure of Git to enlist on a minibuffer. You should go back and find out the video where I mention all this stuff, so I'm not going to repeat it. So this video is going to be much longer then. Okay, kindly do search the backlog videos to get more elaborate stuff on it, how to add the Git repos. Okay, so one is get out of the way. The next thing, how to see bookmark. It's a very common operation, right? And everybody does it. So whether it's file, whether it's website, whether it's something else, you are supposed to get into it in a quick time, right? Inside Emacs, how to see your bookmark. There is a simple keystroke, Ctrl+X+RB. If I do Ctrl+X+RB, look at the bottom of the screen. It enlisted all of my bookmarks, whatever I have. If I select any one of them and press enter, it will take me there. As simple as that. Okay, so for instance, if I select this one, my YouTube channel of interest, if I press enter, see, the corresponding file gets open. As simple as that. So bookmark is a very useful function. So all you have to do, all you have to do, you have to press Ctrl X or B to enlist your bookmark inside Emacs. Okay. The next one, how to open EWW browser. This is a browser built inside Emacs, and this browser is very much capable of showing if the site you are going to visit having mostly text related stuff, not so graphically loaded stuff. It might show you erratically and not show you properly. If the website you are going to visit with this browser inside Emacs, and which is the website having predominant by text, it's a wonderful browser without leaving Emacs to surf the internet. Okay, I do, because most of the places I visit having dominated by plain text, website having consisted of plain text. So invoke that browser. As you can see, M stands for meta, which is a key in between left control and left alt in the normal English keyboard. Okay, so, or in other say, is a logo is there on window key, that is the meta key. Okay, so if I press meta X meta W, look at the bottom of the screen, it is prompting me to open up or provide a keyword to search. So if I write my blog post, right, I'm just doing it what is known to me, so there is no mastery behind it, as simple as that. These things are known to me, so I'm applying it. See, once I provided the website on the prompt and just press enter, it take me to my blog, because the URL I have given of my blog post, it could be anything of your choice, or whatever you wanted to go, whatever you wanted to do. So all you don't have to leave Emacs. You can access your stuff inside Emacs, as simple as that. The browser name is EWW. Okay, so the next one is how to view help of any topic. I have covered it in detail, exclusive for getting help on Emacs and Vim in a separate video. Kindly go back and check out that video. It has got much more. Here I am providing you the keystroke. If you wanted to know how to get a help inside Emacs or inside Vim, you should check out that backlog video of mine. Okay, I don't think you will have a hard time to find my video. My video names are very explicit, to the point what the video should consist. Anyway, so all you have to do, I'm in an org buffer, you can see. So all Ctrl HM provide you the context sensitive help. That means whatever you are doing, whatever the mode you are in, it will share out the help related to that. I'm in an org buffer. If I do Ctrl HM, see, it open up a buffer related to org mode, and it will show you all the stuff, right? It will show you it's super helpful. So you might run some other application on some other thing. So if you do Ctrl HM, it will pop up the help on that particular stuff, right? Context sensitive help. That means whatever the context you are in, if you press Ctrl HM, it will open up a buffer and provide you the help related to that particular context where you invoke it. Okay, I hope I am very explicit and clear. Okay, so the next is how to shrink the window frame. Okay, so you might have a say, let me open up a rudimentary frame. See, I have two frame, right? And I want one of them to be bigger than the other. So, and to shrink that, all I have to do, Control X and hitting. You might be noticed that it's moving very little, but it's shrinking. The left hand pane or frame getting shrinked if I press Control X, and see, you noticed it, right? It's very minuscule, but the right hand pane is moving towards the left, shrinking the left hand frame or left hand window. Okay, I'm doing it again. Control X and left curly braces. It moved. I'm wildly hoping you saw it. If you didn't, please try it yourself. You'll see the difference. Likewise, how to expand or enlarge the window frame. Simple. To shrink the window frame, you have to press Control X left curly braces. To enlarge the window frame, all you have to do, Control X right curly bracket. Okay, it is as simple as that. The next one is how to balance window size. Say I have two windows, right? And one of them is pretty big and other one is pretty small, right? There is a clear distinction between two windows, right? One is larger, one is smaller. To make things equal, all you have to do, Control X and plus. See, the windows get adjusted and equally distributed or divided on the screen. To get an equal size window on a screen, all you have to do, Control X and plus. Okay, all right. So the next one is how to undo tree visualize. Okay, so you have done some changes, but you wanted to go back to as the name suggests, right? I have covered it in a backlog video also. You can check it out for the detailed stuff. Here I am showing the keystroke. So if I made some changes, I just have to do Control X U. I haven't done any changes in this file, right? So it brings, so let me give you let me write some changes. This is a change. Okay, so if I do, see, it show you the visual difference made to the file, so you can easily go back and see what has been changed. It shows you the visual tree for the changes you have made to the file. As simple as that. Okay, so the next one, how to remove unwanted stuff. So you have written something, right? I want to remove this stuff because it's not required, right? I just wrote it and you discovered after writing some, oh, I don't need it. All you have to do, Control and Shift minus. See, if you put it on the beginning, Control and Shift minus, it take away all the changes you have made. Control and underscore. How to get underscore? Shift and minus key. Okay, simple. To erase out the change, unwanted stuff. Okay, all right. So the next one, to get rid of blank lines. So in a document there might be blank. This is a blank line, right? I want to get rid of it. How do I do that? Control K, bang, it's done. The blank line is gone. To get rid of the blank line, you have to press Control K. As simple as that. Okay. How to insert a blank line? Okay. So first let me get rid of this blank line, and now I place the cursor here. Okay. Now if I press Control O, see, a blank line has created. The O is get there. That's not a big deal. Okay. So to insert a blank line, all you have to do, Control O. Okay. So how to select a space? Say if you have a file and you want to mark up some stuff, so to beginning the marking or highlighting of any region of text in a document, all you have to do, C stands for control and space. You have to press control and space simultaneously in the beginning of the text. Okay, let me give you a demonstration so it will be easier. If my cursor is blinking on H, right? If I do control and space, it got marked. Okay, now if I go to the end of the line, see, it's get because I have marked that particular line, so it gets highlighted. Likewise, you can select region of text. To start the highlighting, you have to mark it first. You have to place the cursor from where you start to marking and do control space. Okay, and then you do all the movement key to get it highlighted. I hope I made it clear. I'm saying it again. If you have any doubt on anything, write down in a comment section, so I will try to rectify myself. Okay. So the next one, how to cancel a comment. Okay. So if you write something, say I was trying to achieve something by some command, and I decide no, not required at this moment, so I want to abort the command or cancel the command. How do I do that? So for instance, if I do Control X, it brings up which key menu on the bottom of the screen, and I feel okay, I don't have to select anything out of it right now. All I have to do, Control G. Simple. It will dismiss. Likewise, if you bring up something on the minibuffer, and if you say, for instance, if I wanted to write no, I don't want to do it right now. Okay, just press Control G. It will dismiss the stuff you are about to do. Okay, it's a dismissing mechanism. Control G, simple thing. Okay, the next one, how to view help of any topic. I believe I have covered it. Why it has come duplicate way, I don't know. How to insert a file content in another file. Okay, so I have covered the mechanism in my other backlog video, but I'll show you a little demonstration here. So for instance, I have opened up a file, and if I go and write whatever the steps, okay, and I want to insert in this file some other file content. Okay, in this particular file I want to embed or insert some content from other file. All I have to do, Control X I. Look at the bottom of the screen. It is saying, it is asking which file you want to insert. So if I select any file, Okay, any file, and if I press enter, see the content of that particular file I have chosen from the mini buffer is getting inserted on this particular file. You understand, right? It is a mechanism to insert the content of the other file into the present file where you are in. What you have open in front of in front of you, and you want to insert content from the other file. Clear? Okay. So the next one is how to enlist buffers. The simplest possible way to do Ctrl+XB. Look at the bottom of the screen. It is showing all the buffer I have open. Okay, if I select any one of those, it can take me to that buffer. If I want to dismiss this mini buffer, all I have to do Ctrl+G, as I shown to you before. Okay, to enlist buffer, Ctrl+XB. Or if you are using something called council, there is a mechanism. Okay, so it will show up a frame in the middle of the screen and it will show you the buffer. I'm just referring it for the sake of referring, because I'm not going to show it here. Okay, so all you have to do Ctrl+XB to enlist the buffer, as simple as that. Okay, now select from that list and it will take you to that specific buffer. How to delete a buffer? Ctrl+XK. See, again the buffer list has been shown, but it is saying clearly kill buffer. If I select any one of them and press, say, magic gcc, that status I have opened, right, in the very first thing. So if I press enter, it simply go and kill that particular buffer. If I enlist the buffer again, you won't see that buffer again here, because I have killed that buffer. As simple as that. It is how to delete a buffer, Ctrl+X and K. How to move to other window. Say I have open up another window, identical content, but you can see my cursor. You can see my cursor is moving, right? And I have just expand that particular headline. So it says Ctrl+XO to move to other. I'm on a left window. You can see my cursor is moving. You see, right? The cursor is moving on the. To go to the right hand side window, all I have to do Ctrl+XO. Now you see my cursor is on the right hand window. Okay. If I want to go back to the left hand window, Ctrl+XO. See, my cursor gets initialized on the left hand side. All you have to do to change between the windows, Ctrl+XO. Okay. All right. So the next thing is how to delete the active window. Say, for instance, this is the active window, right? This is window number 0. Okay, so let me spawn up another one. The right hand side I have spawned up another window. Okay, now if where my cursor is blinking, it is the active window. So if I want to kill it, all I have to do Ctrl+X and 0. See, it kills the original window. Okay, now if I spawn up another one, now if I want to, now how to delete the inactive or other window? Simple, Ctrl+X1. See, it delete the other window I have spawned up on the right. Okay, simple. To delete the active window, you have to do Ctrl+X0. To delete the other window, you have to do Ctrl+X1. Okay, how to open buffer vertically? All you have to do, Control X3. See, the buffer gets opened vertically, side by side. Control X3 will open the buffer vertically, side by side. Okay. Now, how to open buffer horizontally? All you have to do, Control X2. See, the screen has divided in two halves. Another one come in the bottom, right? You can see the difference. I have divided the screen in horizontally by Control X2. All right. Now, how to find file? This is the most basic rudimentary stuff. Okay, so simple, Control X, Control F. Because as I said, I'm using a program or facility called Council. That's why, and this is also related with Posh frame, which will bring up a frame with the command output on the middle of the screen. You can place that frame anywhere in the screen if you like. That's a different topic. I'm not going to. If I do not use Council, okay, or Posh frame, that simple thing will enlisted on the minibuffer itself. The command you should pay attention. Forget about the frame you are seeing. If the frame is not, it should be shown you on the minibuffer. The command you need to know, Control X, Control F, to find file. Okay, simple. How to move to end of the buffer? Say I have a long list of, it's a big file, right? And the buffer contains a lot of stuff from top to bottom. So if my cursor is here, right, you can see it's blinking on this particular headline. You can see I'm moving my cursor. Now I want to go to the bottom of the buffer. Okay, how do I do that? Meta and right greater than. See, my cursor moved to the end of the line. You realize, right? So to go to the end of the buffer, wherever you are in the buffer, all you have to do, press down, hold down meta key and right greater than. It will take you to the end of the buffer. Okay, okay. Now, how to get to the start of the buffer? So I've shown you how you can go to the bottom of the buffer. Now it is showing you go to the top of the buffer. So all you have to do, hold down the meta key and less than sign. See, it took me to the top of the buffer, right? From here I'm on the top of the buffer. If I hold down the meta key and press right greater than, it took me to the bottom of the buffer, last line of the buffer. If I hold down the meta key and press left arrow key, left greater than sign, it will take me to the top of the buffer. Okay, so it's very convenient, and these are very basic to Emacs. The sooner you learn, the more useful it will be for you. To bring up the minibuffer prompt, all you have to do, meta X. See, it brings up a minibuffer prompt. Here you can type the command whatever you like. It will work. It's a command prompt inside Emacs. Okay, so all you have to do, type meta X simultaneously to bring up this stuff. So how to find information about specific function? To know about specific function, all you have to do, Control HF. See, it already pre-filled with, I'm saying again, I've said it once before, the frame you are seeing on the middle of the screen, it is because I'm using something called posh frame, okay, which will place a frame like this in the middle of the screen as per my setting. That if you are not using posh frame, the entire content, whatever you are seeing, will be shown in the minibuffer right bottom of the screen. I believe I'm absolutely clear, right? So pay attention to the how do you bring it, the things you are looking out for to get the information of some specific function. All you have to do, Control H and F. So if I select any of the these are all in describe function, as you can see, right? If I press enter, it open up a buffer and give you the information about it, okay, because you have queried by pressing Control HF to know about the specific function. Okay, how to find out about specific variable? Similar way, Control HV. So if I go ahead and if I select any of the variable which is predefined inside Emacs, if I press enter, it will again bring up a buffer with the information. You got it, right? It is as simple as Control H prefix is to invoking the help system inside Emacs. The letter after that, V stands for variable, F stands for function. It is as explicit as possible. Alright, let's go to the next one. How to find out about specific keystrokes. Say you want to know about what are the specific keystroke return, how it is bounded. So for instance, I have a or capture template which is bounded to a some, because I know the stuff. So, or you can press any key if you think it has already bounded but you don't know what it does. Okay, so for instance, Control H key, look at the bottom of the screen. It says describe the following key, mouse click or menu item, whatever. If I provide the keystroke here, which is any keystroke, in this case I am going to give Control C C. Control C C. See, I have written Control C C on the prompt and it will open up a buffer and show me this key is bounded with or capture template. So if I press Control C C, it will bring up the or capture capturing menu. Okay. Likewise, you can provide any keybind to get the information about the keybind, where it is bounded with which function. You understand, right? To find out what are the keystroke does, you need to provide the keystroke with the help of Control H and K. It will prompt you for the keystroke. Once you provided the exact keystroke what you are supposed to press, it will open up a buffer like this and enlist you the information about that specific keystrokes. Here I did Control C C and it will open up a buffer and provide me the information about the keystroke bounded with. Okay, simple. Now, how to select and enter into a directory, yet another common function, right? So simple. Control X T. Look at the bottom of the screen. Because my org file is situated in this particular directory, .emacs.org files, that's why it's prompting. If you are on some other directory, it will start from that directory. Okay, as simple as that. So to invoke the directory enlisting, all you have to do Control X and the letter D. So it will prompt you or enlist you the directory, so you can get and use. If you select any of the directory, you will get into that directory. As simple as that. Okay, all right. Now how to cut, copy, paste in Emacs is it is important, right? I'm laughing, it doesn't mean it is not important. It's very important. Say to cut the text, say for this line I want to cut the text, right? So I place my cursor here and I press Ctrl W. See, it's gone. How do I get it back then? I have cut all the text below to it, right? Simple. Control Y. See, it brings back all the text I have cut. Now how to copy? So if I mark this particular, again to mark it, control space, and if I select all this text, all I have to do meta W. I have copied it. Now if I go here and if I do Control Y, see the text is getting pasted there. You can see, right? Meta W will copy the selected text and Control Y will paste the text. Control W will cut the text. Okay, so if I place it here and say Control W, see, it simply cut the text. Basic operation: Control W to cut the text, Meta W to copy the text, Control Y to paste the text. As simple as that. So the next one is how to see and select UTF emojis. Nowadays people are crazy about doing emoticon or emojis everywhere, right? So there is a easy way. Control X and numeric letter 8. See, look at the bottom of the screen. It is saying you have to press return key to get an enlisting of insert character. If I press enter, see, it's showing me all the emojis I have in my system. If I select any of those, it will get pasted on the open buffer, right? Super cool. So if I select, my cursor is on I, right? If I press enter, see, the I get pasted on the buffer. You can see my cursor is blinking just next to it. The I got pasted over there, right? So the command you need to invoke to get the enlisting of emojis is Control X numeric 8, then Control X numeric 8. Look at the bottom of the screen. It is saying press enter to insert character. If I press enter, it will enlist me all the emojis, and if you select any one of them, and it will get inserted on the open buffer. Okay, fancy stuff, probably useful. I haven't found useful anything. Okay, so if I have a long line, okay, so to demonstrate how to break down a long line to turn into a paragraph stuff, like say if I Control Y, Control Y, Control Y, Control Y, Control Y, it's big, right? It's move. So how do I get back? How do I get to the paragraph? It's going out of the screen, right? I need to align it as a paragraph. All I have to do, put the cursor on that particular long line and just press Meta Q. See, the long line get aligned as paragraph. Okay, simply I have pressed control underscore, which undoes the thing what I did. Okay, I press control underscore to undoes the thing what I did. I've shown you before, right? Now if there is a long line of text which is go out of the screen and you wanted to see it as a paragraph of long line of text, all you have to do, put the cursor at the beginning of the long line and just press meta q. See, it gets into a paragraph mode. Super handy, right? So I have shown you some basic. Okay, I've shown you some basic of Emacs, of the keystroke inside Emacs, which will help your productivity or boost your productivity if you spend most of your time inside Emacs to get things done in a day-to-day life. These are the very important, all the rudimentary keystroke. So the faster you learn it, the more beneficial for you to operate inside Emacs. Okay, I hope this will be useful to some people. Thanks for watching.